So what if I told you there's a place where humans and orcas have, for all intents and purposes, a working agreement, a kind of truce? Today, we're heading to the Cerralvo Channel. It's this rare sanctuary where that exact partnership isn't just a nice idea, it's actually happening and it's thriving. This whole story is about a community that made a choice to become guardians of their world. Okay, let's just let this sink in for a second. This one line from their own local charter, it captures the entire spirit of what's going on here. It's this huge shift in thinking, right? Going from just taking from the ocean to having a real co-responsibility with it. And trust me, the results, they speak for themselves. And this, right here, is the proof. Zero. A big, beautiful zero. That's how many of the newest orca calves have peanut head. It's this telltale dip behind the skull that screams severe malnutrition. In the marine biology world, a number like zero is basically a gold medal. It's direct, undeniable proof that this whole stewardship thing, it's working. So how they pull it off? Well, they started by officially recognizing the Cerralvo Channel for what it is. It's not a playground for boats. It's an acoustic sanctuary for its resident pod of about 20 to 22 orcas. And this idea, acoustic integrity, is the absolute cornerstone of their entire conservation model. You know, what's so fascinating here is just how connected everything is. The orcas are a unique group, Eastern Tropical Pacific orcas, and they have this wild hunting technique called the mobula slam. They need intense, quiet communication to herd thousands of rays. And get this, there's even this thing called interspecific altruism, where humpback whales literally act as bodyguards, protecting other animals from the orcas. This whole delicate dance depends completely on them being able to hear each other. But that beautiful balance was seriously under threat. I mean, before these rules, the place was turning into a total viejo oeste, a wild west on the water. And the biggest threat wasn't something you could see, it was something you could hear. A rising tide of what we now call acoustic smog. Acoustic smog? This is such a critical idea to get. It's all that human-made noise from boat engines, even from stuff on the shore. Now, for animals that see their world through sound, that hunt, talk, and find their way around using acoustics, this isn't just annoying. It's literally a form of habitat destruction. It's like trying to navigate through a thick fog that you can't see or escape. So what did the community do? They built a solution from the ground up. They created this code of conduct that's now known as the Orca Standard. And it's all based on this philosophy of co-responsibility that was born in the little fishing village of Agua, Amarga. And this model didn't come from some think tank. It was pioneered by the local fishing dynasties. We're talking about the Lucero, Giraldo, and Green families. They took generations of their own knowledge of the sea and mixed it with a modern conservation ethic. And the core idea is as simple as it is revolutionary. The animal's well-being comes first, always. And you achieve that through passive, non-intrusive, engine-off observation. And I mean, the contrast is just night and day. The old way was all about the chase, which just jacks up the animal's stress hormones, creates total chaos, and floods their home with noise. The Orca Standard? It's the complete opposite. You let the animals decide if there's going to be an encounter. And the result? You get calm, curious orcas. And you protect the quiet they need to actually live. And they put real, hard numbers on it. The community strictly enforces a limit of 16 boats, max, in any one area. This isn't just some random number they pulled out of a hat. It's all based on the science of the noise floor, the background sound level. Any more than 16 boats, and that acoustic smog gets so thick, the orcas literally can't hear each other. And this might be the single most important rule of all. At 50 meters, engines go into neutral. Full stop. That one simple action completely flips the power dynamic. The chase is over, the biggest source of stress is gone, the boat just becomes this quiet floating object, and the power to engage or not shifts entirely to the animals. Which leads us to the curiosity rule. It's beautiful. You don't go to them, they decide if they want to come to you. And interaction only happens if the orcas choose of their own free will to hang out near a silent, stationary boat for at least 15 minutes. It's their house, their rules. That right there is the heart of the Agua Amarga model. Okay, so this is where you come in. If you're ever lucky enough to visit this incredible place, you're not just a tourist. You're being invited to be a temporary guardian. And that role, well, it comes with the responsibility of practicing the Orca Standard yourself. So here's your field guide. It's all about reading the orca's behavior. If they're hunting, and that could be the mobilus lamb, a sea turtle, whatever, you absolutely do not get in the water. You're watching them get a critical meal, and being in the water could mess that up. If they're just resting or traveling, you watch quietly from at least 50 meters away, and if they get curious and approach your quiet boat, stay calm, stay still, and listen to your guide. Now, getting in the water is a huge privilege, and the rules are completely non-negotiable. First, your guide, who's trained to put the orca's well-being, especially moms and babies first, has to give a very clear, explicit signal. Second, it can only happen if the orcas are in that neutral, curious state we talked about. And third, the groups are tiny, 4 swimmers and 1 guide max. It's all about minimizing our footprint. And if you are given that incredible privilege, your own conduct is everything. Every move you make has to be gentle and calm. No big, aggressive splashing. Use short fins, not the long freediving ones, to cause less of a disturbance. You never, ever, ever try to touch or feed them. And if a curious, multi-ton, highly intelligent apex predator decides to come check you out, the only thing to do is stay calm and be still. Be a floating log. Let them lead the dance. You know, following these modern rules, it does more than just protect the orcas that are here today. It actually connects you to a human story that goes back thousands of years. This isn't just about ecotourism. It's about honoring a really ancient legacy of sea stewardship. The very first guardians of these waters were the paraku, the ocean people. And this isn't just a story. Their skeletons show they were biologically adapted to the sea. They have these unique bony growths in their ear canals, which is hard scientific proof that they were elite, deep-water breath-hold divers. Their legacy is literally written into the bones of this place. So, by acting as a guardian, you're honoring that legacy. The coastal dunes right here are considered sacred. They're known as the cemetery of the sea. When you follow the Orca standard, you're not just protecting wildlife. You are actively showing respect for a sacred ancestral landscape. So, as we start to wrap this up, I want you to think about the echo of your visit. What do you leave behind? Because the entire point of the Orca standard is to make sure the only thing you leave behind is a legacy of respect. The success of this sanctuary today, it really does stand on the shoulders of its modern guardians, the Luceros, Geraldo, and Green families. Their deep, deep mastery of the sea provides the eyes of the bay. They're the human expertise that makes this whole system of co-responsibility even possible. And this is the question I want to leave you with. Will the echo of your visit be one of quiet respect or one of careless disruption? In the Cerralvo channel, you get this rare chance to actually be part of the solution. Your choices create the silence that allows this sanctuary and all its guardians to thrive.